Hey everyone, Kelly here from Kellie Chasse Fine Art. Today we're going to show you how to do some string paintings, and I'm testing out a few different types of paints here for you and a couple different types of paper. So stick around to the end. I do have a few others at the very end with some other colors, and we'll go over how to do this with watercolor, with Bombay ink, and also with some Jacquard panada inks. So stick around and I'll show you all the details. I do have full online classes. You can find them over there at my website at kellylynart.com, where I have over 2,500 students in 85 different countries and over 24 online classes that have lifetime access. So head over there and check those out. I'm looking in the wrong spot. Over there. Welcome to my YouTube channel, where I have new videos every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you click that subscribe button and click the little bell and you'll never miss one. So today I'm going to show you how to use string for string painting. And we're going to try a couple different options here. We're going to try some panada inks. We're going to try a little bit of the golden high flow acrylic paints, and we're going to also try some watercolor just so you can see the difference here. Now, I posted the video, I don't know if you saw it, on my Facebook page last week, and it was the first time, it wasn't the first time I'd seen it. I had seen it about 6 months prior to that, and I had tried it using alcohol ink and it just didn't work for me. And then I saw it again, someone posted it on my wall, and it had like 42 shares just from my Kellie Chasse Fine Art Facebook page. So I was like just shocked, and it went everywhere, and the next few days I saw everybody trying it, so that was awesome. So if you didn't get a chance to see it, I will post a link for it down below here as well. And feel free to share this one with your friends as well. Like I said, here I am trying just the panada alcohol inks on some heavyweight cardstock, and you can see here, because the inks are fairly heavy, they just soaked in, and I really had a little bit too much ink. Now the strings, you can try different strings. This one I'm using here is a fairly thick one. It's cotton, so it did soak up the inks a little bit more than maybe some nylon ones or some thinner strings. So that was a cardstock paper. We're going to go ahead and try it on some watercolor paper. Now this is 140 pound. Now, I did not re-dip this. I'm just going to use what I had in there. I think this is going to work a little bit better because I have less ink on my string now. So I'm going to do one side of the paper and the other side is going to be the watercolor paper. So I have a heavy book here, a thick book, and I just use that to kind of press that down, so as I pull that string out it's a little bit easier. So you can see the inks did go through a few pages here. That's kind of cool. And here it is on the watercolor paper. So again, looks much better, but look at this one. This one came out fabulous on just the regular cardstock paper. So with the watercolor paper, it wanted to suck in a little bit more, and it did have a little bit of texture in there, so it wasn't quite as smooth as the one on the left. But that one is absolutely beautiful. Love that one. So that's with alcohol ink. So I tried it again with alcohol ink on some Yupo paper, and it was a hot mess. I'll post it here for you. I don't have the full video, but here's a picture of it. I think if I were to try that one again, I might let the string or the alcohol ink absorb a little bit on the string, similar to the one I did on this last one here in the purple, and I think that might make a difference. But if you try it on Yupo paper, I would love to see your results. So feel free to tag me on Instagram at Kellie Chasse Fine Art. And let me know what you guys thought. You could post a comment down below. Let me know if you've tried something different than what I'm trying here, and we would love to hear your results, because I think sharing this is always fun, and everybody always has some new ideas to bring to the table. So we're going to try some of the high flow. Now this is an acrylic paint. Once again, I'm going to dip that string in. And like I said, if you have some thinner strings, try this some different ways. Try it with some different paints. Try it with different type of papers. And let me know what you think, because you might have some really good experiences. Something I haven't tried. So I'm going to pull that out there. This tended to get a little bit tied up inside the bottle here. I'll pull that out now. I think I have there's a lot of paint on here once again, but The acrylic paint's not quite as thick, so let's just see what this does on the heavyweight cardstock here. And I can see I have an awful lot of paint on there, but let's give it a try. Now, if you have a book that you don't want to ruin, I would recommend, if you don't want to ruin it, don't use it. This is an old book. I've used this one 100 times, so I'm not worried about it, but you can also put a few extra pieces of paper in there too, because you don't want to ruin, like you can see the purple is on a couple of the pages there. Okay, so that obviously was way too much paint. Now it's interesting that the acrylic did not seep through like the alcohol ink did. So it contained it a little bit more, but it was still very, very wet, and that is not what we want with our string technique. So let's try it again. Once again, using the same string without dipping it back into the paint, and let's see how this works again. So closing that book up, just putting a little pressure on there, and then just slightly pulling that string out from the bottom. It's always fun. Like, let's see what it does. Open it up. Ooh, a little bit better. Still, I think it might be still a little bit too wet there. Let's see, the one on the other side worked a little bit better. Try it one more time. So this is the third pull. Third time's a charm. It's almost like a little shape of a question mark there. All right, let's see. And I'm going to pull it out from the bottom again. Open my book, find my page. There we go. So that's pretty good. So that worked on just regular paper. That was the acrylic high flow. So you can see the first time was horrible, second time was a little bit better, and I think the third time was really the best out of that one. So a little bit less ink. And again, I have a very thick string, so that really could make a difference. So let's go ahead and try some watercolor. I have my little tub here. I'm going to fill it up with just a little bit of water, and I'm going to put my big brush in here and get some pigment out of it. I think this is alizarin crimson. And I'm dipping that in. Now these are artist quality paint, so the pigment's a little bit stronger, but this is going to be still quite light because I have quite a bit of water in here. So let's grab our string. We're going to dip that string into our container here. I'm just going to use my brush here to move that around, kind of squish it down in there. Now you can see how light the string is. It's very light pink. So I'm expecting this to be quite light when we pull this out of here. So we're going to go ahead and try this on some watercolor paper again. And like I said, try them on different papers. See what you think. I think that's all part of the fun. So this one I have just the cardstock here. I think I'm just going to fold this right in half. Now I don't have to waste two pieces of paper. This will make a perfect card. You can do these all day. If it turns out good. So let's pull that out of there. See if I get any drips off there. Nope. And we'll lay that string down there. No particular order. Close that one up. Close the book. I'm just moving that to the edge there. And again, pushing down on it. And I'm going to pull that string right out. Okay, let's see what we got. Ooh, that's pretty. Still a little wet there, but that came out nice. It's very pale, very light and airy looking. So that's a winner. That worked. I think these are all working really pretty good. All right, so for the last little trial here, let's go ahead and try the Bombay ink. Now this actually was the first one that I used that worked. This was actually one of my favorites to work with. But since then I've tried some of the others and I was pleasantly surprised at how well they actually worked if you had the right amount of ink or the right amount of pigment on your string. So the Bombay ink, I'm going to give it a little bit of shake here. And grab my string once again. Now this is black. This is very elegant, I think. This one turned out very pretty. So again, using my heavyweight string, not even quite an arm length here of string. Now depending on the size of your paper, You know, the more paper you have, the longer you want your string, but you just want to make sure that you don't have the ink all the way to the very end of it, so leave yourself a little bit of room to pull, that way it doesn't get all over your hands. And I'm just using the dropper here just to kind of push this in. Makes it a little easier. Now I grabbed, I think, a little bit more string on this one than I have on the other ones. Now, if you are interested in my online classes, don't forget to check those out. They are on my website at www.kellychasseffineart.com. And if you have tried the string technique, make sure you leave a comment down below, like I said earlier, and let us know how it went. Share your stories. So I'm going to pull this out of here now. Ooh, I got really tied up. I thought initially that was a big clump of something in my ink, but it's actually the string. I'm just going to unknot this. Look at that. There we go. Isn't that funny how that just wraps right up in there? So let's move that aside and we'll plop this down on the heavyweight cardstock again. And these are just regular sheets of paper, by the way. And I'll give it a little spin here. I got a little bit on my paper, but that's all right. Let's lay another sheet on top. And again, pushing down, giving a little pressure and pulling the string out from the bottom. Last one. Let's make it count, right? So that kind of come through a little bit too. Ooh, look at that one. That one's a little messier on the right. The one on the left came out absolutely almost perfect. Look at that. Whew, I think the black's very elegant. So this is my absolute favorite. Let me know what you think. Give me a comment down below. Tell me which color was your favorite. Now I decided to take my little gold pen. I love this thing. Just to jazz it up a little bit. This is a little gel pen, and I have all of my supplies here on my Amazon shop if you want to check that out. I have them listed in there, including the Bombay inks, the alcohol inks, and even the watercolors too, and the pens are on there. So if you just head over to the main page there's a link up at the top that says purchase products. Anything that you purchase there, I appreciate it because I get a little portion and it helps me buy more supplies so I can continue to do these free YouTube videos, which I really enjoy because I really get to play with these. So I'm just going to doctor this up a little bit. You could use a white gel pen, you could use silver, let your imagination run wild. I recently did a alcohol ink doodling Zen Doodle course on our conference that we had for the alcohol ink art community, and that, if you saw that, this is another great way to doodle. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you want to see some other videos, I'll post a link here for you so you can check out a few of my other alcohol ink videos on YouTube. I do have a playlist here for you, and I look forward to seeing you guys next Tuesday, and we will see you soon. Take care. Have a great week.